Where should you be sitting and how big should your TV be? Hey guys, how's it going? Justin here from Waltz, and today we're going to be talking about the optimal viewing distance based on the size of TV that you purchase. And maybe you're looking to purchase a TV, but you don't know what size you should get because of your optimal viewing distance. So we're going to try to, help you figure that out. There's no perfect science to it, but there is a little bit, so we can talk about it and kind of see where maybe you could find a conclusion. So first things first, what is the optimal viewing distance? Well, it is recommended that you are between 1.2 and 1.6 times the diameter, or I guess diagonal length, so your TV size. So if you have a 65 inch, you do 65 inch times 1.2 and 1.6, and that kind of is the range of where you should be sitting. I definitely think that, when looking at TV to distance ratios, it's better to be on the high end of that, because when you get too close, it might be a little bit too much for your eyes to capture the whole screen. Kind of like when you go to a movie theater and you're at the very, very front row, you really have to open your eyes, and it can get a little bit too much. So I definitely think being just a little bit farther away is better than being way too close. But somewhere in the middle is definitely a sweet spot. So let's do some quick math here so that, if you're watching this and you have a TV size in mind, or you know exactly how far you are from where the TV is going to be, we could determine that. So let's say you're going for, 75-inch TV. So 75 times 1.6 would be 120. So 120 inches divided by 12 is going to give us 10. So 10 feet is kind of where you want to be. You could be a little bit farther, but I wouldn't go any closer than 10 feet. For me, in my situation, I'm actually probably exactly 10 to 12 feet from my TV. And right now I have a 58 inch. So I can definitely tell that it is a little too small, and I've been waiting to upgrade until I graduate college, which I'm finally going to do. So it's time to upgrade. I'm definitely going with a 75, maybe an 85, but that might be too big. So I really have to kind of test out the difference in my living room, which I haven't done yet. But yeah, so 75-inch TV, you want to be about 10 feet is what we'll call it. Now 85-inch TV, because these are becoming even more popular, let's do times 1.6. So an 85-inch is about 12 feet is kind of where you want to be. So it really just depends on your situation, but you have to keep in mind when buying TVs that the inches that you're seeing, the 65, 55, 75, 85 inches, that's all going to be your diagonal screen diameter, or width, if you want to call it. Your actual width is usually about 6 to 7 inches shorter, depending on how big the TV is. So if you're trying to measure things, I'm only giving you the diagonal, not the width or the height. Another little fun fact is that the Society of Motion Picture and Television Engineering recommend that you fill about 30 degrees of your peripheral vision with your TV. So to give you an idea, I think it's about 180 is where you can see from eye to eye. So that would probably be right about there, because this is like 60. So if you can put your arms like this between I'd say maybe a foot, and just kind of look, that's how far you should be. You should be able to see the whole screen within your hands. And just a little fun fact. Personally, I think using feet is a lot easier to measure, but if you want to use degrees, by all means, go ahead. Now, of course, you're not the only person that's going to watch your TV, and it's something to consider, because not every scenario is the same. But this is kind of a general rule of thumb to help you make that decision, because it can get kind of confusing, and there's just thousands of model numbers in different sizes that it's important you find the right one and you don't have any regrets, because returning a TV is not as easy as returning a water bottle. And most of these metrics are really based off of a single user. So if you're dead center where you should be, like you are in a theater, that's kind of like where all that comes into play. But overall, I think it's very general, and it's up to you to figure out. The best thing you can really do is to test your own situation and the TV you have currently right there, and just see, hey, would I be benefit to, get a bigger TV? If you're in a really tight room, it's probably 55 or smaller, but most living rooms, I say, would warrant at least a 65 inch, if not bigger. And the lower resolution TV you have, the farther you should sit back from your TV. So if you have a 4K TV, it does allow you to get a little bit closer. 8K even more close, because of how dense those pixels are. But it really, like I said, is just up to your situation. So key points here about this topic specifically is that you want to sit between 1.2 and 1.6, or a little bit higher, times the diagonal of your screen that you're getting. and you want to make sure that, it's within 30 degrees of your peripheral vision so that it's not too small and it's not way too big. And on average, higher resolution TVs can really have a larger viewing distance range because you can get closer to them. So it's really up to you, but if you guys have any questions, make sure to leave them down in the comment section. And as always, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It really does help me out, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Thank you guys so much for making it to the end of the video. If this is a product that you're interested, make sure to email me at youtube@waltz so I can get you a special YouTube discount. If you haven't already, subscribe for more videos like these, and we'll see you in the next one.